Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Alex Coffey, Market Strategist at TD Ameritrade, for an update on technical levels to watch in the Nasdaq-100. Also take a look at TD Ameritrade's heat map to see just how wide that breadth is with stocks participating in the nice move that we've seen today in the Nasdaq-100, just as August trade is looking to wind down there. Alex, what are some of the technical levels that you're watching in the Nasdaq-100 and any clues you're getting from Vol-Q, the measure of volatility for the index?
Yeah, really impressive rally the last few days, and it's almost as if this market goes where NVIDIA goes. That's really turned around its sentiment after losing that massive rally post-earnings intraday. But from a technical standpoint, we spent a lot of the time the last year looking at price levels, and of course, we had that stoplight chart, but it's all long in the past now as this rally is really extended. And so what I did is I drew a couple different trend lines here on this Nasdaq 100 chart, which is just looking at year-to-date price action. At no point thus far has the NDX closed below the kind of purple dash trend line. It's tested below, but not closed below that point. And then the teal one is this downward sloping line from these recent levels that we had seen when the market peaked out just below 16,000 in the NDX. And so what you'll notice is these lines are converging, and they come to a point just down the line here in a few weeks that's basically in line with where we're trading right now. So the takeaway to me is, as you see that price action kind of converging in almost a triangular-like shape, that's kind of an indecision market that's kind of ripe with indecision here. They want to move higher, but we've gone a long ways. There's still those uncertainties from the Fed to inflation to potential recessions down the line that aren't completely resolved. But as we work towards that point, possibly break through either to the upside or the downside, we could expect volatility at that point from a technical standpoint. And so those levels just in the kind of the near future would be just below 15,000 to the downside, and about 15,500 or so to the upside is sort of where those trend lines are immediately at in the next few days.
And let's keep that chart of Vol-Q up there for the moment. Anything you can discern from there in terms of projected movement, and, as we look to get through the end of August and start September, which typically is a volatile month?
Yeah, and I think this kind of confirms the message, which is one where we've seen volatility come down a ton. It's obviously was relatively elevated throughout earnings season. Now that we're through kind of the last mega cap, we've seen implied volatility kind of be sucked out of the market. And typically a market that has a little bit less volatility moves a little bit less, and that can lead to sort of that sideways or quieter market action. Certainly today, an exception to that with a pretty impressive rally. But nonetheless, I think confirming sort of what we're seeing on the NASDAQ chart.
And you had mentioned at the top that it seems to be the Nasdaq-100 is moving the way NVIDIA does. I'm going to pull up a heat map here. Are you seeing breadth widen out to other constituents of the Nasdaq-100 or other areas of the market?
No doubt today. I mean, I was just looking at it just a second ago, and even in real time, it's the same. 91 of the Nasdaq-100 names are green. So you're going to have to get the magnifying glass out today to find any red on this screen. And most of the names that are in the red are much smaller. You can kind of see them in the bottom right-hand corner. All the big players, your mega cap names out in front today. I think that explains why you see the NASDAQ up 2%, the rest of the market lagging behind, playing for second place, with the S&P 500 and the Russell up only about 1.25% here in real time. So really a tech-driven rally today, but more importantly, a tech-driven rally with the mega caps out in front.
All right, Alex, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.